As you may or may not know, I have recently beaten all 20 official rated temple levels in Geometry Dash. Most of these levels are pretty awful to play, but they have a unique feel to them. In this video, I am going to be ranking every level's enjoyment and difficulty in order from their release. Hope you enjoy. The only 1.8 temple level, Water Temple. This level is pretty cool looking for its time. The theme looks pretty good and the water effect was nicely done. The gameplay, however, is really awkward and unbalanced. There are a few awkward timings, and this mini-ship is so much more difficult than the rest of the level. This will be an ongoing theme for most temples, with one part being much harder than the rest of the level. Adding Water Temple to the list. The more temples I get through, the more the list will be adjusted to which levels are the best or worst. Moving on to 1.9, Michigan's next temple, which is Fire Temple. This level, like Water Temple, is very timing and ship skill based, but unlike it, there is no memory part. This temple looks worse than Water Temple in my opinion, mostly because it doesn't have anything really different, and I like blue better than red. Since the gameplay has no memory, I do enjoy it very slightly better, also similar to Water. The ship parts are much harder than everything else. Not much to say on this level, but I will place it above Water, both in difficulty and enjoyment. Shadow Temple combines both gameplay styles from the first two temples and expands on them both, mostly on the memory side. Which makes sense, since it's based off the Shadow Temple in The Legend of Zelda. But with it being a level that's only black, with some slight purple, this is the worst looking one so far. Even though there's a lot of it, the memory parts in this level aren't too bad, but it's the skill parts that make this level really annoying. The first mini-ship straight fly got really inconsistent at for some reason, and then a bad mini UFO transition afterwards, which is basically luck-based whether I get past it or not. Definitely makes this the most unfun, most boring looking, and hardest temple so far. Gearboy made half of gameplay for a temple level that he released publicly for anyone to finish. Michigan and Vasium took up the offer. Michigan made Lava Temple, which is actually not too bad of a level. The lava theme is good. Add low detail on so you can't see it, but a lava effect was made using yellow jump pads and the particles making cool lava spark effects. The gameplay in this isn't too unbalanced either. Gearboy's part is a memory and timing part, which is a bit annoying but gets consistent. Michigan's part starts at the ship, which isn't too hard, and the rest of his part has some slight hard timings and a really long wave part, which is actually kind of fun to play. Overall, a step in the right direction overall for temple levels. Snow Temple is the first temple level not to be uploaded by Michigan. This is still using the first half of G-Boy's part for the public temple level, so I won't go through his part again. This level goes with the same decoration style, but with white and white-blue design for a snowy theme, and I think it pulls it off pretty well. Evasium's gameplay for this is awful though. It is really unbalanced and unfun to play. His part continues off of G-Boy's ball maze, and makes it much harder with annoying timings in it. Then the drop has an awkward ship, UFO, and wave part. They are much harder than G-Boy's part and not fun to play at all. This makes this the hardest temple so far, but also the worst one so far. Forest Temple is Michigan's last rated solo level. It's a shame since it came out all the way back in early 2.0. This level combines everything from all his old levels in gameplay, memory, skill, timings, all pretty balanced together. The difficulty of it, however, is pretty unbalanced, with the first mini-ship and UFO being really tough for me. The decoration in this level is no doubt Michigan's best. I really like how this level looks. I like some of the gameplay in this, but there's also quite a bit I don't like. This is the hardest temple so far, again, but not the best. I'll put it under Lava, but above Fire. Desert Temple is a fan-made temple level by Electric Venom and The Bill. Verified and uploaded by Michigan. It's funny because this temple is the most fun Michigan temple so far, and you literally had no part of it. Most of the gameplay in this level isn't the best, but it's alright to play. I mostly like the wave at the drop, it feels really smooth. The decoration in this, in my opinion, is worse than Lava and Snow, but is a good attempt. Gameplay I really didn't like was everything before the wave, timing and memory that was just a bit annoying. After the wave, there's a strange swing after the part that uses a bunch of visible blue orbs. It's a bit weird. Still the best tempo so far, so it goes at number 1 for enjoyment. And I would place as the second hardest so far. The Michigan series is over now. On to all the remakes. Epic made an interesting one, a cybernetic design temple called Cyber Temple. It doesn't look better than Forest, but it probably would be the second in decoration. Gameplay wise, this level is really fun. There isn't anything that is overly difficult to the rest, and most of it is satisfying to play. My favorite part is probably 40% ship through the wave. The beginning is quite annoying though, it takes a while to get consistent. The ending also needs some practice. Overall, this level will be the third hardest temple and definitely number 1 for most fun to play. Things seem to keep improving, huh? So Ripeness or Punch decided to make a collab. Sounds like it would be good, right? Arachnid Temple is by far one of the worst levels I have ever played. The decoration is okay for the time it was made, but it really does not hold up. The gameplay in this level is the most annoying and unbalanced out of all temples. The first Q part is a super annoying timing / memory part. The boss fight isn't too bad, but the UFO after is complete garbage, because it's completely random if fuels arrive. Then the level chills out for a bit until the wave. This wave is really hard, and after is a ship which is even harder. I attempted the ship 4 times. Then the last part is a full-on UFO spam that I sucked at. Luckily I did it my first try. This is one of those levels that would make you not want to beat all these temples. Second hardest so far, but by far the worst.
Oh no!
After I beat Arachnid Temple, I started to play Crystal Temple, and I really didn't like it. And then we stopped playing the temples for 4 months because I was just bored of them. When I finally came back to this level, I beat it within an hour. This is one of the weirder temples. The song doesn't really match the level. The decoration is a bit all over the place. After you learn it though, the gameplay is alright. Overall pretty satisfying to play. I really don't have much else to say on this level because I beat it much quicker than I was expecting. Not one of the hardest, but I would say this is better than Fire, but under Lava. So Punch's second take on a temple level. Ancient Temple is a 1.6 style temple, and it looks pretty good for a 1.6 style. The gameplay, however, is quite strange. It is timing, memory, and skill-based, but the skill-based parts are really unbalanced at the end. When it gets to the halfway mark, the ship parts get much tighter, and there's a couple really tight ball timings. Then the ship, which is really damn hard. Then a somewhat tough memory cube timing part at the end. Overall, I wouldn't recommend this level unless you have somewhat decent ship and timing skill. Overall, I think this level is above Forest Temple, but below Crystal in enjoyment. The third hardest temple. Yay! The first non-demon temple, made by sharks, Ocean Temple. This level is pretty relaxing to play, mostly because the music is really nice to listen to. The gameplay isn't necessarily fun, but the music definitely makes up for it. The visuals in this level are simple, but also look good. I really love the underwater plants waving in the water. The boss is pretty cool too, but the level does have too many auto segments, kinda drags it out. In my opinion, this is the easiest temple, and I'd place it above Crystal and below Lava. Sky Temple I have mixed opinions on. The first 30% of this level is really frustrating, mostly because the wave is really damn tight. It takes me a while to get past it. After that, the gameplay slowly just gets better and better. After the robot, the ship part is really nice to play. The UFO is a bit questionable, but gets consistent. Then the duels are amazing, really fun to play. I really would play this level really high in enjoyment if that first wave wasn't so hard. The decoration in this level starts off pretty meh, but when it gets to the drop, that floating island part is really nice. Also, those custom clouds are some of the most realistic clouds I've seen in a GD level. Overall, this level would place above Crystal but below Ocean. Harder than Cyber, but not Snow. Finally! Compared to Serpentis' first two temples, wow. Gold Temple is really amazing in decoration. The best looking temple so far. This is when Serpentis started to master effects in GD. Every part of this level looks nice. I think my favorite looking part is the second wave. The gold texture Serpentis made is really nice. Onto the gameplay though, this level makes the same mistake as Sky and ruins most of the experience of the level because of the ship part at the midpoint of the level. The ship is really hard because it's slow, many ships straight fly. I died there a lot and it really annoyed me. And for that, I think this places one below Sky Temple in enjoyment. In my opinion, this is the easiest temple demon. This level was tough. The hardest temple so far. Way harder than Forest Temple. Shadow Temple by Naxel. The first half of this level is really brutal on gameplay. Tough timings, ship and wave maneuvering. An invisible ball maze with super awkward timings that killed me the most. Then a tight UFO with some tight cube timings afterwards. This level could be an insane demon and I wouldn't be surprised. The second half of this level though I really like. The second ball maze is really satisfying to play, and it isn't unfair, but I really love the wave after it. It is super satisfying to do and really fun to play. Then a somewhat difficult ship to the end. I would like this level if the beginning wasn't so damn brutal to play. This level got extremely boring. I never could pass the beginning consistently. The decoration on the other hand is pretty good. Compared to Michigan's Shadow Temple, this design is amazing. Purple and black is used really well. Honestly, this is the second best in decoration next to Gold Temple. Enjoyment is less fun than Shadow Temple by Michigan though. But not below Snow since the end half of Shadow is fun when the end half of Snow is awful. Never would I have thought a level would rival Arachnid Temple in being one of the most annoying levels I have ever played. Blood Temple is a weird level. I don't really know what Spectex was doing. The decoration is really bad. The blood colors all over the place and none of the level looks reasonably good. It looks worse than Arachnid. The gameplay is really boring at the start. It is just a bunch of single, double, and triple spikes for 15 seconds straight, with a long auto part after that as well. This level does have a plus though. The duels at the drop are pretty fun to play, but then after the duel mini-wave, there's a bug at that 50% auto transition that just kills you randomly. There is no way to avoid it. You just have to hope it won't happen. This is a big killer to this level. At least Arachnid Temple had a UFO part that you can try to save yourself in, but the bug happened quite a few times. Then after the duels it doesn't get much better. Pretty tight cube timings, and at 70% the screen goes black and you have to do 4 spam clicks but you have to time slightly late. Really awkward to do. Then after that, the level isn't too bad until the end. My god, this level is annoying. I put it one place higher than Arachnid Temple for enjoyment, only because Arachnid Temple is much harder. It wasn't too hard, but I put it between Crystal and Michigan's Shadow Temple. The final 2.0 temple. Blood would have been such a terrible finale to the 2.0 series. Thank god DavJT made Mario Temple. This level is so much fun. The beginning is slightly annoying, but once you get past that, everything after is really fun. My favorite part is probably the ball. It's really cool looking and fun to play. The Mario art in this level is pretty outstanding. It looks really good. Then when the drop comes, the level keeps staying fun. Everything about this level I like mostly, making this one my favorite temple level. I would place this easier than Gold Temple, just because it's a good balanced level that should be easy demon. Definitely give this a try. I don't have much else to say, just play it. "2.1 is here, and the first temple is out, also by DavJT. Ghost Temple is the only insane demon ready temple, but I don't think it's harder than Shadow, mostly because it's actually fun. It takes a while to learn since this level is a big memory demon with some tricky timings here and there. My favorite part is the wave. It syncs really well and looks cool. The boss fight is also fun to play, but after the boss fight it's a really hard UFO. I died there a lot. Then an ending that's basically the same ending to a Bizarre Phantasm. A key maze. I died here twice due to forgetting what to do. This level looks pretty cool though, taking place in a Boo House area. It's pretty nice looking. Overall, this level is my third favorite, under Cyber Temple. Second hardest temple, above Forest. The temple basically no one is really beaten for some reason, Mechanical Temple by NRG. The decoration in this level starts off really good. It has a cool background. It carries on throughout the level until the random demon that's sleeping appears. Then the level starts lacking in decoration. There's many random auto parts where there's nothing really interesting happening, with some pretty easy gameplay as well. But then when you get to play the final part, it starts cycling through some of Michigan's temples, which are falling apart as you play them. Only Water, Fire, and Shadow are there, but I guess it's remembering Michigan's original 3 solo temples. Pretty fitting to be as the finale in my opinion. The gameplay is very awkward in this. The beginning is really difficult. It takes quite a bit of practice to get through, but after you pass about 30% it gets really easy. The gameplay gets more fun too. Then the last wave is a bit annoying, and then you have the old temples part, which is pretty easy. Overall, this level plays pretty low. It's better than 4's, but only barely. It isn't too hard either, placed between Blood and Michigan's Shadow Temple. Finishing off with the easiest rated temple, Time Temple. Yeah. This level has nothing special about it. It just really feels boring and was trying to fit some generic style into a temple level, which doesn't really work at all. I don't have anything to say about this level, so this is a pretty unsatisfying ending, but slightly harder than Ocean Temple, but really damn boring. Placed under Water Temple in enjoyment. And there we have it, all the temples ranked in enjoyment and difficulty. Hope you enjoyed.